Alright guys, I want to welcome you guys to another episode of MCA. I'm your host, Jeff Willis, and I'm with you guys again today, man. Today we decided to do this thing a little bit different. So we're going to do it right in the garage, and we're going to talk a little bit about the tournament, how I think it went down, and, a lesson or a quick nugget of the day. Alright, so for the nugget, I want to say my biggest lesson of the entire experience was to get a really true, better understanding of how the lake transitioned when we experiencing these type of fronts. You got to be able to navigate this lake. You got to be able to find new areas. You got to be able to, know, where the majority of these fish go, why they go there, and what's the significance of those particular areas. All right, that's my nugget. That's my lesson. That's my study and research that I gotta now go put in and to be able to identify, what happens when we experiencing these type of conditions. So, learning curve for me. So I'm grateful for that. Overall, man, we caught probably 12, 13 pounds each day. And it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. When you're fishing Lake Okeechobee, and you're fishing with some of the greatest anglers, in our area and in some of the surrounding areas, man, you gotta come and you gotta be able to compete and you gotta be able to do it at a high level. And you gotta almost be perfect, and it really has to be your day. So in order to compete with these guys, because somebody's gonna always catch them. So you just have to continue to just grow and continue to do research and learn more information and figure out a better way to become more consistent. And that's just what it is. And you can only get that with reps. You can only get that with reps. So I always say, get reps, man, because reps makes you better. As you continue to fish while it's cold out and things like that, you get to run different patterns on the lake that you never really get a chance to do. But now you have a more significance now it's more significant because it really just cost you because you wasn't prepared to know how to navigate enough stuff to find these fish. And so you put that on your notebook and you put it on your wall, and then you tell yourself, okay, cool, now I have something to now work towards. I have a visual in front of me. And then you take that and run with it. Overall though, man, great experience. Got a chance to communicate and hang out with some of the guys, which is always cool. To just sit down and just talk fishing and stuff like that. It's cool to be around the guys. That's super dope. Dan and I got on just to get right into the tournament, man. So Dan found some birds diving in practice a couple weeks ago, and I was like, bro, you think it's gonna be still there by the time the tournament? Well, those fish kind of stayed home for us, and so right at probably 9:30, 10 o'clock or so, those fish were definitely up and they're busting, and man, we caught 35, 40 fish each day. No doubt, like we caught 45, 30 fish each day, but they just never upsized for us. We throw that ratter trap. I have the silver and blue back. I have my rods here, but I don't think oh yeah, I do. I don't think I had it tied on, but yeah, so I threw, this is the actual rod I threw it on too. I threw the silver, blue back, ratter trap, and they ate it up, man. They ate it up. I threw that June bug speed. I threw a Zoom bug 10-inch worm down there too. Caught a 4. Day 1, caught a 4 on it. Just throwing that big worm down there underneath all that shad. Shad's up top busting. Normally the bigger fish, kind of hang down below. So I threw that worm down there and caught a nice 4. So that was really cool. Set the momentum. We thought that, we can go in there real quick in the morning and at least get 5 fish, because 5 fish kind of just slows you down a little bit. Like it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, because, Lake Okeechobee could definitely humble you and humble you fast. So, you know, being able to go get on that shad spawn, man, that Dan found was everything for us because it calmed us down both days. Because we knew we can go catch a limit, but we wasn't sure about what the size were going to be. So we were like, you know what, let's go fit in 15 minutes. Let's get 5 fish in the boat, and then let's go back and just get back to fishing for, you know, the bigger fish. Because we knew we wasn't going to get 5-6 pounders out of there. That's just not going to happen. You know, but you run there, you get you 12, 13 pounds. But again, we get back into our areas, we just couldn't get the big bite. And for us, that kind of hindered us a little bit. So the black and blue swim jig was a good, real good bait of choice for us this week, man. Even going into this week, you guys saw on the YouTube channels before, man, we were definitely on fish, you know. We were definitely on fish. The dead fish were definitely there, which I know that they're still there. You know, but the water just kind of really muddied out, man. And we got that little front, and I just really didn't have enough. I didn't have enough research. I didn't do enough research to know areas that I could run to kind of put myself in position to really be successful with those mats. But the tournament this year has taught me, I've seen areas, I've ran into people that I know were in contentions in the area that they were in as well. So then you just kind of learn, you know, you kind of learn how it's cool when you can see that the camera boat ends up in the same area with all the boats. Like, that makes it interesting, right? So then it kind of just tell you, oh, okay, cool. That's where I know it's cold, the conditions, fish are there. Oh, okay, now that's probably a seasonal thing. All right, I didn't know that, but I know now because I just experienced it. So you just think about things like that, and you mark them in your GPS, and you name it, and you title it, or whatever you want to do, and you know, you just continue to learn, man. The thing is I always tell people, man, there's nothing new under the sun, you know? So it's somebody that have already really done it before you. You just kind of, you know, recreate the wheel in a sense. You take something that you learn, and then you make it your own. You do it the way you think it would be beneficial to you. And it's the same as, you know, you going to school, you're learning something. You're being educated in one way or another, but it's somebody that's teaching you. Same thing with life and fishing and anything else you do. Like, it's all connected to the same thing. Like, you have to position yourself and be in the mix in order to continue to be educated in the field in which you choose to be in. Like, I think that's dope, and I think that's important. Good coach of mine gave me that little bit of information. I just gave it to y'all. That's a second nugget because that wasn't supposed to be in there. But nevertheless. All right, so yeah, swim jig, man. Cinco. I threw the Cinco a whole lot as well. Me and Dan both did. I have mine. Swim jig. Oh, by the way, shout out Vexen. This 7.4 medium heavy. Man, swim jig rod. It's amazing, bro. Gotta check them out, man. So shout out Vexen for that. I got another Vexen real quick. Speaking of Vexen, which is the single rod, man. I got 7 foot medium heavy. Love it, absolutely everything. And that thing bends. If I can show y'all this, I wouldn't do it right now, but I got an 8-pounder. I'm gonna put in right here. Whatever you done hooked on. Look at that giant, y'all. Look at that freaking giant. That's a monster. That's what I needed to see right here. That's what I needed to see. That fish was caught on this rod with this bait right here. It's a Vexen, 7 foot, medium heavy. Got Abu Garcia 7-1 gear ratio reel on it. Very inexpensive one too, is to say the least, man. If y'all know about now, I'm really, you know, like I do a lot of this stuff, you know, like it's not. I try to go as least expensive as possible because, you know, this guys, until you get into the big leagues where this stuff is sponsored for you to carry and have and market it and speak to and, you know, educate people on, like that's when you allow that type of stuff to consume you. Do it at as much of a minimum budget as you can before you go spending all that money on something that $50 can do and do it very, 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 very well. I think, yeah, I want to make sure I throw that out there because don't think that you gotta go spend $200 on a reel and you think that this Abu Garcia is not gonna cast just as far and gonna hold up on the 6, 7, 8, 8.5 pound fish. Cause those are the type of fish that I've caught. I've never caught anything over that on the lake, but just saying, don't go spend your money crazy. Be sufficient with your choices. So yeah, this is the rod that I caught him on, man. So the swim jig, the rattle trap, and the Shinko. We did a little bit of mat fishing. So I'm just gonna say this as a disclaimer. We did do some mat fishing, but we just couldn't really identify the type of mats that was gonna be holding fish. I think guys really caught them well. Like my boy Chape, they caught 21 pounds first day, and he said, "Bro, we had that big weight in my hand, that 2 ounce in my hand for all 8 hours." So you know, but you gotta rep that kind of stuff to do that for 8 hours. Like you just can't go pick up a flipping punching rod for 8 hours and you hadn't done it. Period. You know, so. That was a learning curve for me. So we will learn from it. We will be better, and we will be back. So that's all cool, man. But I want to say a big thank you to Boost Mobile, Glaze Tax Service, man. Everything that those guys are doing over there. Big shout out to Outwork, everybody, man. Flip, love what you're doing, bro. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. I want to say thank you to everybody that has, you know, donated to the cause and donated to the process just to see the dream just continue to come alive, man. For me, it's just all about creating that conversation, giving us second opportunities to do things that, you know, people before us didn't really get a chance to really do. And so, you know, that's why we created it, and that's why, you know, we continue to do everything we can, man, to just see this next generation experience what we, you know, grew up our whole entire life doing, which is just fishing, and understanding the significance of that and the relationships you build in doing so. So I think that's extremely cool. So again, man, shout out everybody who supported MCA, who has, you know, had even send encouraging words and thank yous, and you know, man, everybody who has, you know, played a part and been a part of this process. And I'm so grateful that, you know, God gave it to me as a dream to just become, you know, what our city would consider, you know, a professional angler. And that's my goal, man. And I sought out to want him to be great at this, and I intend to continue to learn and navigate through life accordingly, and allow, you know, relationships to continue to educate me and continue to thrive off of it. You know, so I'm super excited about that, man. So again, thank you everybody. Thank you to all my sponsors. Bruiser Baits, Vexen Rods, love you guys. Steve Dowles, Rich, love what you guys are doing, man. I thank you guys for supporting me with the kids. I truly ask, bro, that you guys just continue to rock with me. And then we're going to continue to do great things, man. So I'm super excited about that, man. So yeah, again, don't forget social media sites, MCA Fishing on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook is Muck City Angler, man. Y'all stay tuned though, cause we got a lot of cool stuff coming, man. I think it's gonna be really dope. But a great overall tournament experience. A big thank you to Roland Martin and the Marine Series that they put on every year. It's a championship type event. It's extremely cool, y'all. So if y'all missed it this year, definitely get there and be a part of it next year. We're gonna throw in the next boat. Definitely get there and be a part of it next year. So we're definitely super excited about that. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but we will be better, man. So thank you guys for watching. Y'all be blessed.